let's talk about the reality of home ownership in the Bahamas and why home ownership is out of reach for the average Bahamian, in particular those of my generation. First, let's consider the cost of an average home in the Bahamas, which ranges between $300,000 to $500,000 for a newly built home. But to illustrate why most Bahamians won't meet the requirements to qualify for buying a home, we'll just focus on the lower end of this price range, which is $300,000. So, to purchase a home value at $300,000, at the very start, there is a minimal acceptable down payment of 5% that you're required to pay. That's $15,000 you have to come up with at the very start, plus closing costs up to $20,000, which covers legal fees, taxes, and associated costs. And all of that only has to do with the initial mortgage process. Though I'll note, there is a government initiative that could save you up to 50% on closing costs for first-time home buyers. Yet still, it doesn't change the initial $15,000 needed for down payment. It just reduces the total closing costs. Now let's look at the monthly mortgage payment. As a general rule of thumb, the mortgage payment, which is the mortgage plus home, life, and mortgage insurance policies, will equal 1% of the initial loan value. So for our example of a home valued at $300,000, that means that the mortgage payment will be approximately $3,000, the monthly mortgage payment. But now let's consider the bank's income requirement as a general rule of thumb, which is that your mortgage payment cannot exceed approximately 1/3 of your total income. This means you have to show that 1/3 or less of your income can cover your monthly mortgage payment. So to qualify, really you have to prove that your income is 3 times greater than what your monthly mortgage payment would be. And if you do the calculation of 3 times $3,000, that's $9,000 per month. That's $108,000 per year in salary requirements. And how many Bahamian families are earning $108,000 per year? The average salaries of those desirous of home ownership is significantly below that, which means that those who are desirous can be referred to as pursuing an illusion. Now, this is a multi-part video, and right now I'm just illustrating to you why home ownership has remained unattainable for roughly 80% of the population. And this reality is why the dream of home ownership has not only remained just that, a dream, but it has become a nightmare for many. In my follow-up videos, I'll talk about a number of things. One, I'll talk about the weaknesses of the government's current first-time home buyers program. Secondly, I'll talk about the weaknesses of the government's affordable housing program. Thirdly, I'll talk about why it's more difficult to qualify to purchase an existing home versus a new build. And additionally, I'll talk about how the accelerated conversion of long-term rentals and the housing stock into short-term rentals is exacerbating the housing crisis, and why that doesn't have to be a barrier. Rather, it can be a solution that provides a pathway towards home ownership. Most of all, I'll cover how we can overcome barriers to home ownership in general with the use of fintech. So follow to be notified of new videos as part of my HOPE series, HOPE, which stands for Home Ownership Provides Empowerment. And remember to like and share this video so that together we can change the current reality. Until next time, I'm Eden Mary Johnson.